What's going on, everyone? Joshua here, and welcome to another video. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. In today's vid, I'm going to give you my 5 tips for taking care of your mind, body, and soul during these trying times, during the coronavirus quarantine. I don't know about you, but for me, it has been a very challenging last month or so for the mind, for the body, for the soul. This is not something I'm used to, and I'm sure most of you are not either. I'm not a confined individual. I like to mingle with people. I like to talk to people. I like to get face to face. I like to be out in the world. And this coronavirus sort of threw us all for a loop. And it's something that we have to be proactive about so we can take care of here and here. So when we do get through this, because we will, we can come out in a positive light. We can come out in a direction moving forward where we are even stronger and healthier than before. So stay tuned, because in this video, I'm going to share these 5 simple tips. And if you have any more, if you have any things that you've been doing throughout this coronavirus confinement or lockdown, please put them in the comments below. I want us all to share what has been working for us so that we can grow and strengthen this world, so we can grow and strengthen humanity together. So thank you so much again for stopping by. Let's get into it with the tip number 1. It is super simple, something I talk about a lot. It's, if you don't have one already, to create and develop your own personal self-care routine. Well, I guess a personal means self-care, but yes, develop a daily self-care routine. So if you don't have one, that could look something like daily meditation, yoga, exercise, healthy diet, reading, writing, going on your one permitted walk or exercise out in the real world, getting some fresh air, speaking with family or friends, picking up a new hobby, helping others. I mean, there's so many different ways where you can actually focus on taking care of yourself and having these simple things that you do every single day that lift you up, that motivate you, that recharge you. So something that I do is I really focus on taking my self-care and starting that routine in the morning, because it puts me on the right track for the day. It gets me pumped up, it lights me up, it motivates me. I start with some hot lemon water in the morning. I meditate for 30 plus minutes. I stretch when my ribs aren't super injured, stretch or do yoga, and I listen to music and make some super delicious vegan banana and blueberry pancakes. That's sort of my morning self-care routine, and that really calms me, it zens me out. It gives me a very positive start to the day after a nice night's sleep. So whatever it is that you do, do it if it's taking care of the mind, body, and soul. And like I said, I want to hear some of your own self-care tips. Put them below. If you already have a badass self-care routine, share what you do, because I think we can all gain some valuable insight and perspective from those who have already developed a really nice self-care routine, and would love to hear from you all. So tip number 2 is going to be eating a whole foods plant-based diet, for so many reasons, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to tell you why, because in my other video, maybe I'll put up here, I talk about how the coronavirus is directly linked to eating animals, because we know that these diseases, they come from these live markets and from these non-human animals. So by eating a whole food plant-based diet during this time of quarantine is going to help us, when we do get through this, shift our entire lifestyle and diet choices so that we can hopefully prevent these pandemics from happening in the future. But in regards to this video, in regards to taking care of the mind, body, and soul, a whole food plant-based diet is something that's going to boost the immune system, boost your immune system. It's going to recharge your batteries. Once again, that's a common theme. It's going to take care of your mind. It's going to make you feel good. It's going to make you feel energized. And I know that not all of you have access to fresh, organic, whole plant-based foods. I know some of you might be living in what are called food deserts, where you don't have access to some of this produce within, I think it's 50 or so miles. But we got to do what we can to be really fueling up our body, because our body is what helps us get throughout this day. If we don't have a healthy mind or a healthy body, how are we going to stay positive in these trying times? So it comes down to the food that you're putting inside your body. Are you eating healthy foods? Are you eating whole, organic, as close to the source or the ground as possible? And this might just be a my thing, but for me, it's when I eat as close to raw as possible, or steamed veggies, or a really nice overnight oatmeal. Even when I eat what I call my nasty vegan banana pancakes, I still feel so much better when I'm consuming a plant-based diet. So if you are already vegan out there consuming a plant-based diet, awesome. I hope that you're feeling good for yourself, but then also, for ethical reasons as well. And if you're not vegan, I really, really want to put this out there to you that, once again, it could be a whole nother video. I talk about the ethics behind consuming animals, but for taking care of your own body, read the China study or How Not to Die. Watch YouTube videos on this and see how the foods that we put in our body can contribute to either a healthy lifestyle or an unhealthy lifestyle. So that's tip number 2. Eat a whole food, plant-based diet. Consume healthy foods and feel good. If you have any really nice recipes, vegan of course, put those in the comments below. I would love to try some new stuff to stay creative during these times, because I feel like I'm eating the same foods over and over. So tip number 3 is to have daily or weekly hangouts online with your friends or your family. I mean, if you're in the same household as your family or your friends, awesome. But if you're like myself and many other people out there, if you are quarantined or on lockdown right now in a completely different place, in a completely different country, far away from your friends and family, then you have to communicate with them. And this is just my personal insight, because I know when I speak with my friends or family, when I pick up a FaceTime or a WhatsApp video call or a Google Hangout or whatever platform you choose to use, when I'm done with that call, I feel so much more motivated and loved and positive about the current state of this world, because it is very heavy to just be living in this world right now. And I know for me, just personal experience, I miss my family, I miss my friends. So if you're watching this, I love you all, miss you. And I can't wait to be able to come back to the States and see all of them. So communicating with them and getting a video chat is what I can do right now, even if it's audio, whatever. I just want to hear their voice or see their faces. And I promise you, in regards to taking care of the mind, body, and soul, communicate, over-communicate with the ones you love the most. This is gonna make a huge difference in your daily life. So if you have any other tips regarding how to see family or friends, I've seen some awesome videos on YouTube of people doing like quarantine hangouts where they're like 15 feet away in their cars and having parties and going out of their balconies and communicating with their neighbors. Just do it. Try to have social interaction daily, whether it's video, audio, or yelling at your neighbor across the road. So that's tip number 3. Spend some time with your friends and family online. So tip number 3 is to take this time to learn something new. If you are like the majority of the world right now, you are on lockdown and have a little bit of extra time on your hands. So learn that new language. Pick up that instrument and really try to learn something new, because we have this time. Go to YouTube, go to blogs online, and if there's something that you have been putting off for a long time, like that instrument, like that language, like that little skill or hobby that you want to pick up, graphic design, video editing, photography, whatever it is, now is a really good time. Not only will it stimulate the mind, but it's going to keep you busy. It's going to break up the day. If you're having time with a partner or your family or your work or your kids or your companion animals, and throughout the day you're finding little gaps of time to take time for you, so it also could be part of your self-care routine. But another part of it is that you're going to come out on the end of this, when we are positive, when we are open back up to the world and can go places, back to normal life, you'll have a new skill or you'll have a new hobby. You'll have something that allows you to be creative. And once again, that's just taking care of the mind, body, and soul. We got to keep this in mind. We got to stay busy. We got to stay active. We got to keep this brain turning. I don't know, what is it? Keep the wheel turning, if that's a saying. I don't know. Learn something new. I recommend the ukulele. It's been something that I've been loving. I mean, super beginner right now. I can play a few songs, but highly recommend the ukulele. It's an inexpensive instrument. It's an inexpensive instrument. It's small, you can travel with it, even though you won't be doing much traveling right now, and it's pretty quick to learn. So do something, and whatever it is that you're learning, something new, I'm looking for something new, so put that in the comments below. I would love to hear about what you are doing right now to challenge the mind. So that's it for tip 4. The last tip, number 5, is to help others. This is such an important time to be selfless and to be mindful and to be sensitive of others, because there are so many people out there who are in pain, who are suffering, who are dealing with anxiety, fear, loneliness, that this is a great time to lend a hand. Even if it's not a physical hand, even if it's online, like I said, picking up the phone and calling that relative that you haven't spoke with in a while, going through your contact list and picking some random people to just send an I love you, or I'm thinking about you, or I hope all is well text message, supporting some of your local charities online by either giving donations or engaging with their social media platforms or contributing to some of their online campaigns. Or like today, I know I'm not supposed to physically touch anyone and remain 2 meters apart or whatnot, but a pregnant lady needed help grabbing something from the shelf today at the store, and I helped her. And even though it's something little, I did keep my distance, don't worry, but even though it's something little, that could make a huge impact positively in that person's life for that day. And we got to be doing everything we can, not only to take care of our own mind, body, and soul, but to help others, to help lift people up, to help put a smile on people's faces. So just try to find ways to help others. Get creative. In our apartment complex here, when the quarantine first happened, a cute family put something up in the elevator saying, if you need someone to do grocery shopping for you or cook you food, then take our number and give us a call. So just the little things. Really get creative and try to lend a hand to other people, either physically or non-physically, whatever you choose to do, and just get creative. I think this time more than ever, we need to be working together and strengthening humanity and showing people that we care, because that's not only going to lift us up, but it's going to lift them up. So that's it for my 5 tips. I know they are super, super simple, but I want you all to remember that these are just a few things that we can do every single day. We can work on our self-care routine. We can eat a healthy, whole food, plant-based diet. We can have daily or weekly online hangouts with friends and family and stay in touch with the ones we love the most. That's gonna recharge us and fuel us up. And we can learn something new, whether it's an instrument, a language, graphic design, a different skill or hobby. Do that, stimulate the brain, and then lastly, we can help others. Find ways to help others. So thank you again for watching this video. I hope it provided a little bit of value and was able to get you motivated and keep you positive and hopeful during these times. Let me know what you think by giving this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And as always, if you have any questions, put those in the comments below. But for now, I'm gonna get back to maybe playing the ukulele, maybe another meditation, maybe some work, I don't know, but I'm gonna go take care of myself today. Oh, watching the Avengers tonight, so I'm excited. That's something that I really wanna do and that I didn't mention. Watching Netflix and movies is a good self-care routine. And yeah, so thank you for watching. Hope you all have a great day. Hope you all have a great rest of the week. Stay positive, stay happy, stay healthy, and much love from Vienna. Peace.